Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video where we talk about landing pages and payments and checkouts and all the financial stuff, recurring revenue, refunds, all those cool things, payment processors. So today I have a video on a new platform. This one is Testimonial.to, and today's video centers around Damon, the founder of Testimonial.to, who has managed to work on multiple projects at once, but this one here, Testimonial.to, has just managed to hit just over $1,000 monthly recurring revenue. So what is Testimonial.to? Well, as you can see, Testimonial.to, as the header here really explains it really well, allows you to get video testimonials from your customer directly with ease. So it's very straightforward explanation of what the tool does. And honestly, I've spent a lot of time thinking about testimonials. I even wrote a blog about how to get testimonials for your product when you're early on in the journey, in the run for getting those testimonials, because a lot of times you don't have customers, or you might wonder, well, is this customer going to leave me a good testimonial? Well, it's hard, right? So testimonials are extremely important, especially when they're from like real customers, from people in like big companies that people have heard of and they associate with like, success, etc., etc. So testimonials are super important. His platform, like I mentioned, is a super cool tool that allows customers to leave testimonials that you can then handpick and drop them on your homepage, on your landing page, on your sales page. And all of this requires no developer, no development, no hosting whatsoever, because what you do is you can embed it. This landing page is very, very sweet. It shows immediately, like before, you just have text testimonials, and then boom, automatically using this tool, you can have video testimonials embedded in your page, which are way more engaging and also trustworthy from a certain side of if you think about it, like written testimonials, anybody could write them, right? But a video testimonial, the person who leaves the testimonial is the real person living it. So if you ever been on Amazon or those websites, you've seen like tons of testimonials are out there, and they sound like they're repetitive, they almost sound fake. So when it's a real person, although you could say, I could pay someone to leave a video testimonial, but then their face is attached to the testimonial, so it's a little bit more risky for them, especially if they're people that are known in community or around businesses in certain verticals, etc., etc. So unlike Amazon, these video testimonials are super powerful, and the good thing is, using Testimonial.to, you can embed them in pretty much any website, whether it's Webflow, whether it's WordPress, or if you have like a website written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can just embed it quickly. Here on the homepage, there's two testimonials that you can literally press and it will play. Yeah, there's Gene, founder of Swipe.page. It's super nice how it overlays who these people are. And then you also have Darren from Pager.co. So I'm familiar, I've met on Twitter Gene, so he's a cool guy. And then here you have the kind of like the older style testimonial, right? Like you have the text testimonials. And all it takes here is like 3 lines of code, you copy paste. There's also a live demo button, which is great. So you wonder, okay, so how does it work? How do customers leave testimonials? Well, all they do is you give them a URL and then they press a button like it shows here, right? So the importance of using images that mimic the actual website, exactly right here, this image here, right? It shows exactly what it's going to be like. You create a link, you share the link, the people land on this page, they click the button, they drop the testimonial, and then you basically manage it very, very quickly using your dashboard. So super cool. And then you create your wall of testimonials, and you can embed it in your website in 2 minutes. And then here we go, we're hitting the pricing. So when I asked Damon, I was like, okay, so who do you use for payment processing? and he said, I use Stripe. And then I asked him, okay, well, why did you decide to use Stripe? Like, what was it that made you want to move from like maybe something more complex like PayPal or another payment processor? Well, Damon said that Stripe is super easy to integrate and support is always around. That means that if you have a trouble, there's a lot of like documentation that you can find, and there's always people that are out there to help you. I recently discovered that if you're on Stripe and you go on their IRC channel, there's engineers there are 24/7 basically up to like help people, which is quite amazing. I really like this pricing page that you've built here, Damon. So props to you. I like there's a switch here. There's the premium, the free, the premium, and the ultimate version, and you have like buttons, and then a very good breakdown of what each pricing tier gives you as a customer. So I wanted to show a little bit here, just the pricing page itself. I already signed up with an account. Maybe I'll give this a go. Sounds like something very useful to have on your website. So if I go and I see how did he integrate, how did Damon integrate, and why did he choose Stripe? He said, the speed of integration. So let's have a look. I press on upgrade, and then the website loads, and boom, it uses Stripe checkout, as you can see from the URL up here. Yep, there we go. Stripe checkout, super clean experience, and there's a promotional code in case you have one. And then I just enter my card information, the name, the zip code. So very, very few fields to input, and then I hit the subscribe button, and I'm rolling premium. So when I asked Damon about what is another advantage of using Stripe other than this like super cool experience that takes less than a day for him to implement in his website, well, Damon said that there was another thing that really makes it simple that he didn't have to code, and that's the Stripe billing platform, right? So, or rather the dashboard. So this is obviously test mode. This is directly from Stripe. What the billing dashboard does is you want to like handle your recurring payments. Well, you can integrate in your website. You log in here and you can see all of your stuff. Like, what am I subscribed to? Which payment method am I using? All of my billing history. I can update and cancel really, really clearly. You can definitely customize this to look, on brand with your tool. So I think the fact that Stripe provides this for free and that Damon was able to leverage this for his own tool, I think that's extremely smart. Like, that basically reduces the amount of code and time that developers have to put in building all this infrastructure for payment and subscription and upgrades, downgrades, history, invoicing, and basically gives it all for free. So another extra thumbs up for Stripe for giving developers all these amazing tools. And then when I was asking Damon about, why don't you tell me a little bit about what do you have planned? And he talked about this wall of love where he's basically building tons and tons of like positive comments and tweets and videos from people from the community, from people just like me and you who've used his tool and who believe in Damon and his tools. So I love this, the wall of testimonials, and I love how here at the bottom of the website says build your wall. Here you go. There's a link that takes you back to testimonial. Sounds like a very useful thing for people to add social proof to their page. And another feature that I think Stripe just released very, very recently, which is going to make this kind of like payment even faster, is I was on Twitter and I basically realized that Stripe with checkout, so the tool that I showed you a second ago, will introduce Link. And Link, what it does, it's basically a way for you to save your information across different checkout experiences, so that if I have 2 or 3 checkouts, I can insert my credit card details on the first one, and then as I visit another checkout, it will already maintain and retain my credit information, so I can just hit the blue button, or in this case the purplish button and subscribe without having to re-enter all of this information, which I think it makes sense because Stripe already has the information secured on their layer, and it just makes it so much better for the user experience, because I really hate when I have to go and find my credit card and then find the digits and write the digits down, etc., which it's great by having very few fields like here, but even better if all of this were pre-filled, right? Wouldn't that make it so much better? Maybe just verify the CVC, which is only 3 digits, something like that. So last but not least, when I asked Damon, what would you do if Stripe didn't exist? If you had to choose another payment provider, well, who would you use? And he said, maybe PayPal. So, just food for thought, like PayPal is still out there, and a lot of people, they don't have the option to choose Stripe, which is very sad. But I know Stripe are rolling out in more and more countries, so hopefully you'll be able, if you don't have already access to Stripe, you'll be able to use it. The tools that come with Stripe are really, really powerful. And yeah, that's everything I have for Testimonial.to. It sounds like an amazing product. Thank you, Damon, for taking the time and talking to me about your journey so far. I know you're building in public, and this tool sounds like really useful, especially for adding that social proof that a lot of websites are missing nowadays. So many websites missing the social proof. I don't know why. It's such an easy thing to do. Just give your product for free for a couple of early users, and then ask them the right question. Get them to write a little video. Just take a little video of themselves. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like, consider subscribing. If not, let me know in the comments why, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.